This is it. Street Fighter 6 on the PlayStation 4. This is obviously a research stream. The game that I obtained from the Maryland Library System. Who is this? Yeah, this is Howard County. Yep, like I said, the richest county in Maryland finally got their hands on Street Fighter. They got their hands on video games. They had like 2 copies of this game. Of course, I gotta take it back to the library next week because I didn't play it at all this week. So it's hot outside. I really shouldn't be playing this game, so I'm not gonna be able to play this game for very long. It's gonna heat up the apartment. So I'll do enough content so that I can keep the AC from blowing up, and then I'll have to turn off the PS4. The thing blows out too much heat, unfortunately. Like I said, it's 100 degrees outside. I'm not gonna play this game when it's 100 degrees outside. It's completely absurd. So I did play the tutorial. I played this game for about an hour without commentary, just to get an idea for the tutorials. They have a very interesting modern control system they have as an option. In other words, if you want to play Street Fighter 2 the way it's always been played, like a Street Fighter game with 6 buttons, that's the classic control up here. Just a second. But if you want to play with modern controls, they have modern controls which reduce your moveset from 6 buttons, like in a regular Street Fighter game, to 3. In the modern moveset, you have 3 punches and 3 kicks, each of varying strength. In the modern mode, they streamline that to 3, so you only have 3 attacks, a light, medium, and heavy attack. You can't choose between punches and kicks, which I think is kind of interesting. But the special moves are performed with the triangle button, and you use the D-pad, where you use the control stick to choose which move you want to do. So if you hold up, if you press up and the triangle button, you do a dragon punch. Toward and the triangle button, you do a fireball, stuff like that. I guess it's kind of like the GameCube game. Remember Street Fighter? I think it was called Street Fighter vs. Capcom EO, something like that. You're able to use the yellow stick on the GameCube to do easier special moves. The kind of stuff most Street Fighter games should have been using a decade or so ago. 2 decades ago, I would argue. Street Fighter 2 came out in 1991, kids. They should have been streamlining it, but because it's such a popular and iconic series, you can't really change things up too much. I'll do a video later where I go through the modern controls, because they're a very interesting way to play the game if you don't want to futz around with a traditional 6-button Street Fighter Capcom game. But for this video, I'm going to do the tutorial with Chun Li. We already know how to do this. We already know how to do this part. I'll do the tutorial with Chun Li and her character guide, just to kind of get a feel for how the game plays. Again, I just started playing this game like an hour ago. Worth noting, of course, that I'm going to establish the basics, though, because there are a few tweaks to the combat that are going to be worth setting up before I jump right to the Chun Li character guide. The tutorial in this game is very deep. I want to say, like, the intermediate level of the tutorial is it's pretty high level stuff. Like, if you're like me, you've been playing these games since the 90s, this stuff in the intermediate area makes sense, sort of. But what I mean is that a lot of concepts that I'm used to, like trapping people in a corner, throwing people after they block, stuff like that was considered high level in the early 90s. That's considered intermediate in this game. So that's the kind of game this is, if you want to play it that way. We're obviously not, like all the stuff about perfect parries, situational confirmation, that's like competitive level stuff. We're not going to be doing that on this channel. That's not the kind of channel this is. There are too many professional content creators out there who specialize in that stuff. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to kind of figure out if this game is worth playing for people who are on a more intermediate level. Like, is the AI any good, basically? That's most of my fighting game content is about figuring how hard is the AI at the hardest difficulty levels. Because if the AI is hard on a hard difficulty level, then you're probably going to be more comfortable playing against human beings of any skill. I can't play against human beings who know what they're doing if I can't practice against an AI, basically. That's my logic. Anyway, you already know how to do the basic stuff, like, you know, dashing and crap. So we're not going to go through that. But I will show you the control move list, because I wanted to at least show you how the buttons are set up. There are a few moves in this game that are going to be easier to pull off if we use the L1 and L2 buttons for input shortcuts. Because as you know, I play with a gamepad. I'm like what's his name who won the Evo tournament with a PS1 controller. I'm that guy. Only not as good. I don't play with hitboxes or joysticks and flat buttons. Like I don't play like that. So I set up the controls to. Yeah, I changed those. Edit control mapping. So, light, medium, heavy punches on square, triangle, R1. That's perfectly reasonable. Same with the light kicks. XO, R2. Perfectly fine. Couple of tweaks. There are moves in this game where you have to press buttons simultaneously. Personally, I think that just doing 3 button presses makes more sense. Because there are overdrive moves in this game that require you to press 2 buttons simultaneously. It's just easier to do this. Same with this. So we'll see how it goes. Like, I'm not a big fan of fighting games that make you do like simultaneous button presses like this because the timing is really hard for me to nail down. So I just use shortcuts like this. Fight me. Why should taunt be mapped? But we're not going to talk about that. Simultaneous input. I have no idea what this means. Accessibility sounds. Oh, is that for the controller? I think it's for the controller speaker, the gamepad speaker. Which, when you start the game from the beginning, the announcer appears in your controller speaker along with the TV speakers. So I'm like, okay, that's amusing, but whatever. It's almost like a Dolby surround sound with a gamepad controller. So I'll show you why why my triple button presses are being mapped here later. Whoops. I have to restore the default. Give me a second. No. Edit control mapping. Sorry, I pressed a button accidentally. Punch. 3 punches on L1, 3 kicks on L2. Makes perfect sense to me. Don't. I did it again. This has been happening several times. Okay, where's R2? R2 should be heavy kick. So that works. Let's see. So you have to press options to go back. Alright. Copy other button proof onto your current... We'll worry about that later. Test settings. Yeah, that works. The D-pad is not good for this kind of game. You want to use the controller. You're going to want to use the left stick for this. So we're good. Alright. Back out. Normal attack. Again, we're going to skip through the easy stuff. This is, if you've ever played a fighting game before, you know what these are. Light, medium, heavy, that's obvious. Okay, what was this explanation? Block the crouching medium punch to interrupt me with a light attack. So yeah. I guess that's technically move priority. There are a bunch of people who are familiar with Street Fighter 2 know the move priority concept. There's a hierarchy. That'll be explained in more detail later. We'll just go over the basics here. Interrupt with a light attack after blocking the crouching punch. Got him. So I interrupted his medium attack by using a quick light attack instead. There's also short-range medium attack, like crouching medium punches. Okay, it's been linked into other moves, yeah. For setting up combos, I guess. Like dial-a combos, I guess. We'll worry about that later. Use a standing heavy punch to counterattack me while I'm recovering. Okay, fine. Wrong button. Wrong button. I should mention in passing, the hits in this game are really hard. Like, I've been playing Street Fighter games obviously, since they came out. This game probably has the most satisfying basic contact I've ever played in a fighting game. Like, this game really freaking hurts when you hit somebody. It's like, In Mortal Kombat, when you do a crouching uppercut, like those are always fun. This game does that all of the time, and I'm a fan. Obviously, you're doing combos and crap, but just a basic, just one big fat meaty knuckle into a guy's face really is satisfying in this game. They nailed that part. That's kind of amazing. Yeah, this game is like if an enemy runs away, use a crouching kick. There's also footsies. There's a video on YouTube that came out a couple of weeks ago, I think, like early July, mid-July, I think, where they're like, you know what, maybe there are no footsies in this game anymore. Yeah, but that's some high-level stuff we're probably never going to do. When I do footsies, it's mainly just to keep people from attacking me, keep people from, you know, attacking me low. I don't play footsies as a keep-away game. At least not often. I accidentally throw it in occasionally because I think I know what I'm doing, but I don't play it that way. Not very often. It's blocked. Yeah, so yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, so like, keep your distance. Typical Street Fighter 2 stuff. Yeah, typical keep your opponent at range. Don't get too close to him because if you whiff, you can counter, that kind of thing. Typical keep away stuff. Again, in Street Fighter 2, I was okay. I was pretty good at that. I wasn't great at it, but I was pretty good at it. Like, there were things that I really liked doing in Street Fighter 2 often, and keep away with some characters worked really well. Okay. The hierarchy of projectile speed is different here. For instance, hard punch. In a smooth arcing motion, yeah, sure. And there's that whole trick that I mentioned in the Under Night game. I think what was it called? Under Night. That fighting game I played on this channel a few years ago. If you throw in an additional direction in your rotation, like if you do up jump as the final move in your rotation for the fireball move, it's more likely to come out. I think it's kind of interesting. Here's the hierarchy setup here. The light punch projectile is fast but short. The heavy projectile is slower but goes farther. That's not in the original game, obviously. In Street Fighter 2 and games like that, the light punch was slow and short. The heavy fireball was fast and long. They changed that. I'm curious. I like the fact that they did that, but you have to kind of wrap your head around that because I was not expecting that. The light fireball is not slow. It's fast, just like your punches and your kicks. And that makes sense. But it's taken them like several decades to mix it up like that, which I think is kind of amusing. Next, try the rising uppercut. Let's see. Yeah, when you're doing the dragon punch, walk forward and do a fireball. Wrong button. Yeah, so the idea is to walk forward and do a fireball rotation. It's apparently a safer way to perform the maneuver, because you're less likely to do a fireball if you perform it that way. Fine. Okay. Next tutorial. Again, we're going to skip through most of this stuff, then go to the more serious stuff later. Then we'll do the character guide for Chun Li. Yes, I know how to do combos. He has a mash on the triangle button. Works for me. And you can do a jump in combo. This is basic stuff. Heavy attack followed by a light, medium, heavy. Again, dial a combo. Wrong button. See, I guess it's a dial-a combo. It's pretty easy to do. Keep it up. Jump attacks, sell creating opportunities. Yeah, I understand that. Cancels. You can cancel. You can cancel from a special move to a regular attack, apparently, or the opposite. You can cancel from a regular move to a special move. Instant two-hit combos. Like in Street Fighter 2, you would cancel from a regular punch to a dragon punch if you were Ken or Ryu, that kind of thing. Cancel the drive impact super. We'll worry about that later. Luke's standing heavy punch is a cancelable move. So you can cancel from a heavy punch into a fireball, which is amazing. Like that. That's amazing, actually. I can't think of a reason not to use that. It says you can only cancel into special specific moves. Special, yeah. Yeah, eventually you'll learn all the nuances of that canceling. Like, even Street Fighter 2, you learn that Guile could cancel from one move into another move. Ken and Ryu could cancel from one move to another move, that kind of thing. I think E Honda could cancel into a headbutt, that kind of thing. It was high level, but it wasn't too hard to do once you knew it was possible. Cross-up attacks, yeah, typical stuff. Not that. So you're basically land on the other side of them. And the only way to block it is to block forward. If someone does a cross-up, you have to block forward. So in this case, you have to press forward to block this cross-up. Ryu's going to do one. Screw that up. Sorry. See? So you have to hold forward to block that. Which again is pretty high level because people know what they're doing will cross you up. You can't just block high. You have to hold forward because they're jumping behind you. Typical high level Street Fighter 2 stuff. They're saying that you can throw people after a jump attack, which is but that's, to me, that's pretty high level. That's something I'd ever do in a fight, to be honest. Even if your opponent blocks it, you can... Even if they block it, you can throw them. That was considered a hit confirm back in the day. Street Fighter 2, you would throw a light punch. If they blocked it, just throw them. It's a brief moment when you can't throw them. Okay, so after you hit them, there's a tiny second where you can't throw them. So you'll just whiff on a throw if you try to grab them too quickly, which I don't think was ever a problem in Street Fighter 2. I think it was a guarantee. I'll guard your attack, then counter attack. Try landing a jump attack, then throwing it just the right time to avoid getting hit, okay. See, it didn't work. I'm doing a hard kick. Missed. See, I whiffed. Yeah, blocked. See, pressing two buttons at the same time to throw is kind of annoying. That worked? Can I do a grab throw? No, it doesn't work that way. Oh, it's right. It's square. Yeah, it's too light. Too light. Yeah, it's too light. Yeah, it's light punch, light kick. Got it. See, that's very particular. The timing of that is very particular. I'm not a fan of that, but I mean, it's an intermediate level move. I understand. I'll probably never do that in a fight, if I'm being honest. And you can do throw. It's the other reason I never do throws, because the game allows you to do throw escapes. I never really got used to doing throw escapes in a Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. To figure out when they're gonna throw, which is the problem. I never do this in a real fight, so I don't even bother. Yeah, I never do this in a real fight, so I can't even bother. Okay. You can't escape special move throws. Like, you can't throw escape a spinning pile driver. Imagine being able to do a spinning pile driver. Imagine being able to escape from a spinning pile driver. That would make no sense. I mean, throws used to be guaranteed damage in Street Fighter 2, but they keep nerfing throws in these. They keep nerfing throws in every iteration of Street Fighter 2 because they realize that, I guess you don't want to give people guaranteed damage. You don't want people to get easy damage anymore from throws. But I mean, if they're stunned, I guess you can. I mean, can you escape from a throw if you're stunned? I want to say you can't. The game has a very good guard crushing system. Like, you know, in the Street Fighter 2, eventually you get dizzy if you took too many hits to the face. They did a very good job of I think of establishing how guard crushes work in this game. Like, the stun meter in this game is a bit more complicated now, but I'll explain how they do it. It's kind of an interesting idea. We'll see how it goes. If you press 2 or more buttons when you're down on the ground, you'll do a reverse recovery. Of course, you want to get trapped in a corner. Getting corner trapped in this game is very serious, apparently. You have a lot of mechanics based on corner trapping. Right when you hit the ground. Didn't work. Just a second. Okay, so I pressed L1 there. So I pressed L1 as soon as I hit the ground. It's a backflip recovery. Yeah. And sometimes you just want to get up. You want to recover in place if the enemy's like a Dhalsim, I guess, who benefits from keeping you at a distance. So it always depends on the situation, obviously. Overdrive, yeah. This is a nice little wrinkle. I guess it's kind of like EX moves in Street Fighter 3, was it? Or Street Fighter Alpha had EX. I forget. Some of these games had EX moves. Ultra Street Fighter 4 definitely had them. It's amazing how they keep adding stuff to Street Fighter games and getting rid of them in subsequent versions. Like, there's a lot of stuff in Street Fighter. Like, there were no parries in Street Fighter 4. So you can't do that Daigo level stuff that everyone's raving about from Street Fighter Third Strike. Anyway. Press 2 of the punch or kick buttons to turn that move into an overdrive art. The overdrive Hadouken hits more times, does more damage, and knocks the opponent down. So it's kind of like, I guess, kind of like a red fireball from Super Street Fighter 2, as I recall. What's a Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo? But yeah, it's like an EX move. Okay. So I'll press the L1 button. See? Overdrive it's an overdrive sandblast. It's an overdrive projectile. It does more hits and knocks the enemy down. How many? Doesn't that use a couple of pips of the green? See the green meter underneath my health bar? I want to say it uses that. Yeah, it uses 2 pips on that bar. That's our drive bar, I think it's called. That'll be explained later. It's like a special attack. There's a special attack meter on the bottom of the screen. There's also a green bar underneath the life bar, which is our drive bar. That's going to be explained in more detail later. They never explain the drive parry here, which I think is weird. The hold toward and press both R's, R1 and R2. You'll spend 2 drive blocks on it. You're completely invincible, which is nice. But it's recoverable. And you can't kill your opponent with it. So it's like a turnabout. I like that idea. The idea of having a move that your opponent can recover from and doesn't kill them, but gets you out of a jam. I like that idea. So they can get that energy back. And you can't kill your opponent with it. So I think it's kind of an interesting idea. I don't know many fighting games that do that. We can get out of a jam, but you can't kill the opponent. So it's still useful, even if you know you can't kill your enemy with it. I'm not going to be able to draw. I tried dry parrying and it doesn't work. I don't know what's going on with that. So I press toward and both R's. Toward and R1 and R2 to do that. We're back to a corner. Yeah, I understand. Drive rushes. This one's kind of hard to understand, but there's an alternate way of doing it that's really easy to do. Special dash can be canceled into various actions while moving you forward. This sounds pretty high level. Added block recovery and knockback. Yeah, stuff like that. And it uses up some of your drive gauge, the green bar underneath your life bar. Okay, the first way is by quickly tapping forward twice during a drive, which I've never been able to do. Yeah, I can't do this. Yeah, I keep doing it and it doesn't work. But that's not a drive parry. Yes, not a drive parry. So how do I do a drive parry? And again, the game never explains how to do a drive parry here. It doesn't... The game explained how to do a drive parry in the other tutorial when I was using the modern controls, but it never explains how to do it here when I'm using the classic controls, which is kind of weird. It's like they skipped it. It's like they forgot to explain that concept. So we'll do the next one. The other way to do it is to do a special cancelable move. A special move, cancelable normal attack. Anyway, you can do this by quickly tapping forward twice immediately after your move lands. And it consumes 3 blocks instead of 2. So a heavy punch, then double tap forward. Yeah, like that. So you double tap forward after you press R2. Okay, so... use a crouching medium punch during a drive rush, then do a triple impact combo. So you're... heavy punch, double tap forward, crouching medium, then the dial a combo. Light, medium, heavy. You said medium punch, right? No. Yeah, it's supposed to do a crouching. That didn't count as a 4-hit? That was weird. Okay. That wasn't a crouching medium, okay. Okay, I messed that up. But yeah, the idea, right? You can do a 5-hit combo apparently doing that. Okay. I could probably do some interesting stuff with that. But you have to spend all day getting your muscle memory right to do that. Yeah, I was trying to do a 3-hit combo after that. It might be like one of those character guide moves, where it's like it's a challenge in the challenge mode where you try to perform a specific combo. This might be that kind of move, like a challenge mode move. If you can pull off this 5-hit combo, then you've passed the challenge. That was a 2-hit. I'm not going to spend all day on this. You get the idea. There is no next guide. Okay, fine. There's no next guide. So that explains all the beginner stuff. I'll do a few of the intermediates and we'll do the character guide for Chun Li. I just wanted to show you the basics. Like I said, a lot of this is hard to explain. Again, we'll do the basics. We'll do the low-level intermediate stuff, then we'll jump ahead to Chun Li. We'll do some real fighting. I don't want to spend all day on a tutorial. We can spend an hour just doing the tutorial for a bunch of moves I'm never going to do in a real fight. So I don't want to waste your time with that. Armor's effect of French reacting to damage from attacks other than throws. You'll simply shrug off your opponent's attack. Yeah, some moves can like eat a hit and you don't take any damage from them. When you use armor to absorb an attack, you'll take recoverable damage, which I do like. That's like a very interesting idea. And it replenishes over time. Yeah, if you still have only a sliver of health, so you can still die. Okay. When you use armor to absorb an attack, you'll take recoverable damage. So I guess it's like scratch damage and Resonance of Fate. No one knows what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about because I play Resonance of Fate. All characters have drive impact, which are armored moves. Drive impacts have more armor than other moves. They can absorb up to 2 hits, which is nice. So armor when going to attack, you use a drive impact to absorb my... Okay. Wrong button. Oh, towards and both R's. Yeah, just R's. R1 and R2. R1 and R2 simultaneously. Overdrive Avenger? No idea what that... But it's an overdrive move, okay. Armor lets you fight back with defensive position. That's, yeah. So it's like a counter attack in a way. But calling it armor just seems weird, but I guess it's a counter attack. Remove the armor so never attacks, yeah. I guess you have to practice that to figure out like how many attacks can it absorb? Drive impacts can absorb 2 hits, but as soon as you take a 3rd hit, the armor shatters and you take damage, yeah. And there's armor breaks. When an armor break occurs, an armor break message will appear for the player whose armor was broken. Non-drive impact moves with armor can generally absorb only 1 hit, okay. So a move with armor, normal moves with armor can only absorb 1 hit, okay. So you can eat like 1 move and then bust through on the 2nd hit. That sounds interesting. Another weakness to consider is that some moves can break through armor, cause an armor break with a single hit. Which could be, that might be something to figure out. Like what moves are your strong? Like in Street Fighter 2, if you're like me and you're used to Street Fighter 2, it might be as simple as saying, okay, what moves are like just to bust? What moves just break through stuff? Throws, obviously. You know, invincible dragon punches, obviously, that kind of thing. And super arts, yeah. All super arts cause armor break, which makes sense if we're being honest. Like, a super move should break through everything, right? Isn't that the point of a super move, is that it breaks everything? Armor break spatial moves are nice. Like, does a dragon punch break armor? One assumes it would, but we'll find out later. Again, we're not going to spend too much time on this stuff. We're going to skip ahead to Chun Li in about a minute or so. Maybe a couple of minutes. But I might just go to the tutorial list just to see what's there. Yeah, lock states I don't really understand. We'll just skip over this part. Yeah, again, lock states are like a weird system I'm not going to spend any time worrying about just yet. We're starting to get to the stuff I don't care about. Okay, character guides. Chun Li, of course. Maybe Karen later, we'll figure it out. Is Karen even... Karen's probably even in this game. E Honda's always good, right? Jury all day, son. Who's the new chick? Lily, I think her name was? No, it's Kimberly. Well, they're both new. Was Kimberly from Brazil? I don't remember. Anyway, there's supposed to be a lady. Wasn't there a lady, Marisa? She's like, yeah, she's like Zangief, but her hair is shaped like a gladiator helmet. I think it's her hair is shaped like a gladiator helmet, which is kind of hilarious. She's Italian. She's a big bruiser, which Street Fighter 2 just never really had that many female bruisers. Street Fighter 2 almost never had any, as I recall. Yeah, I can't think of a single large female bruiser in any Street Fighter game. No. Kind of embarrassing, really. How to play Chun Li. I mean, we know how to play Chun Li, don't we? Well, she's different in every game, I'd say. I think Ultra Street Fighter 4 was a bit more... I think Ultra Street Fighter 4, they changed her up. So you couldn't play her the way you did in Street Fighter 2. She's not that kind of character anymore. I think she's somewhat more technical. She's also 55, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she's 55 now. Oh well. Like I said, fellas, some fighting game characters aren't under the age of 30. So they're allowing the ladies to age up a bit. Chun Li's fastball gives her virtually limitless ways to attack. Okay, fine. Chun Li's a poker, huh? Projectiles and anti-airs play a more flexible game. So she's more of a keep. She's like Cammy from Street Fighter 2. She's like a keep away character now. Attacking after. I have no idea what Serenity Stream is. So it allows you to keep the pressure up. There's some Daigo level strategy here, huh? You better have your Daigo game up if you're gonna fight Chun Li in this game, I suppose. Cooking. The light version can be used to cover your offense. Medium and heavy lock down your opponent up close. Okay. How do I press down? It says try. I don't know what down. I'm pressing down, right? Oh, the gamepad. The gamepad. Sorry. But I have to charge it. I have to charge it. I literally just started. How long do I have to hold it? 1,000. That's supposed to be explained, right? Back. Doesn't the yellow mean I have to hold it down for 2 seconds? 1,000, 2, 1. Yeah. Maybe it's like a second and a half. Okay. 1,000, 2. Okay. Maybe it's a second and a half. Typical Street Fighter 2 hold times. Okay, what's the medium one? By the way, how far does it go? The entire screen. Oh, so the fast one, okay. So the hard one is fast and short. Yeah, the hard one is fast and short. The light one is slow and long. It's slow and far. So it's the opposite of a sandblast. Okay. So that's the light. So this is the light one that reaches the entire length of the screen, but it's slow. And this will be the hard one. That's fast and short. It only goes halfway or 2/3 of the way across the screen, which is an interesting variation. What's next? Let me try something. How many frames do I have to hold this? 74, huh? So it's 1 whole second. You hold back for 60 frames. 55, huh? Let me try. See if I can hold it for 50 seconds. 50 frames. Yeah, hold it for 50 frames, huh? Check out the on the far left-hand side of the screen. It shows you how long I've been holding. Shows you how long I've been holding left. I'm trying to get the timing down. 45 isn't long enough. So I want to say it's 50 frames. Yeah, so it's 50 frames. So if you hold back for 50 frames, a little less than 1 second, you will get the Kikoken. So I wonder if the yellow, see the yellow arrow up there that says left? I think that means you charge or move for 50 frames, then you can unleash it. That's a variation I was not expecting. I thought it was 60 frames. You know, in the old days, you have to hold it down for 2 seconds, which is about 120 frames. Now apparently it's 50 seconds. Huh. Or 50 frames, which is a little less than 1 whole second. That's interesting. What's next? Guys. 100 lightning kicks. The 100-hand kick, basically. The lightning kick. Come on. So you're supposed to cancel into it, I guess. This version has more hits. Yeah, the overdrive move. What is it? It's, that's overdrive. That's 2 buttons. So I think I have to press R2 for the overdrive. L2. Press L2 for the overdrive version of that. Okay, let's try it. Press L2 for the overdrive version. Fireball? Okay, so check out the far left side of the screen. Fireball, R2. Fireball, R2. Then press it again to extend it. She's got those yoga pants, obviously. Alright, so we got that. Guides. I thought already... Oh, aerial. Aerial. Okay, we can do the aerial version. She can do these in the air now. Was she able to do this in Street Fighter V? I don't remember. I remember her doing aerial 100 hand kicks. Lightning kicks. And cancel it into okay. Jumping medium. Oh, it's also good. It's all going to do it after an air launcher. Okay. Launchers are cool. Try it. Not good. There you go. Yeah, I got it. Am I ever gonna do that in a real fight? Probably not. I'm probably just gonna. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do heel kicks. Would I ever do that in a real fight? Of course not. So I got that. Spinning bird kick. Is it a helicopter move now, or is it just like I'm sliding forward with my hands on the ground? Hand down, man down. Upside down kick with your legs extended wide. There's a lot of damage. Performing combos that left themselves wide open, yeah. Knocks down on hit. The overdrive version launches them into the air. One combo lets you start with a medium attack or greater. Oh, huh? Wow. Let me go back a bit. Let me go back a bit. I think I missed something. No, I understand. That's obvious. Let me go back a bit. Hold on. Back. Try. Yeah, basic stuff. That was 30 seconds. It's 30 frames. Well, first of all, I thought I chose Japanese voice acting. Wait, whatever. Let me practice a couple of things. What's the light version of this? So it's short and low. Medium. Okay, what's the hard version? 35 seconds, so half a second. Hold down for half a second. 30 frames. Yeah, it's like 30 frames. That's shockingly good. It's half a second. Yeah, so it's longer. It makes sense. Typical Street Fighter 2 distance. So light kick is a short version. Hard kick is a longer version of it. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, let's try the overdrive version. 1/1000.
You've improved your kung fu greatly.
How do I extend that?
You did it.
Yatta. Do I have to hold it down for a full second to do the overdrive version? Yeah, it doesn't seem right. Okay, so 30 frames is long enough. 30 frames is long enough, I think.
You did it.
Yeah, 30 frames is long enough. Now, how do I extend that? Oh, because I need a medium attack or greater, okay. Okay, let's try it. Can I launch him? Yeah, I can count. I can do a 2-in-1 with that. So medium kick. Yeah, medium. So you hold down, do a crouching medium kick. I wonder if I can do a hard kick 2-in-1. No. That's cool. Let me see if I can. I'm doing a 2-in-1 basically. Crouching medium into an overdrive bird kick, which is nice. Let me try a crouching hard. Nah, I probably can't do that. It would be cool if I could. How about a crouching hard punch? No. Yeah, I want to see if I can combo that. No. Okay, so I can do a crouching medium punch. Yeah, I can do a crouching medium punch, which is fine. I can do that. So that's cool. I want to know if I can cancel that crouching hard punch, but I guess I can't. There are a couple of combos I'm going to want to practice with that in a second. Yeah, I can't cancel into an overdrive. I'm trying to do an overdrive spinning bird and I can't. Okay, so I can do a crouching medium attack, then cancel into a overdrive bird kick. But I can't do a crouching heavy into a medium bird into an overdrive bird kick, which I was trying to do there. But again, that's kind of stuff I would practice because I might do that in a real fight because it makes certain combos more interesting. It makes certain combos possible. Okay, what are we up to here? Again, I try to do videos where I put everything in context, so if you watch the first 20 minutes, the final 20 minutes will make more sense. So pardon me for putting this video in some kind of standalone context. I do that a lot, because I know a lot of videos where people do some high-level stuff and there's no context for it. So I'm like, wait, I didn't know you could do that? How'd you do that? Why is that important in the game? They never tell you. Leap forward, rotate in the air, swing your leg downward with a powerful kick. Huh? Oh, okay, that move. Hazanchu. I don't know what that's called. I think it's an anti-fireball move. Yeah, it's like a short hop in King of Fighters. It gets you over fireballs up, jumping too high in the air. And she needs those in the old game. She needed those. It can't be blocked while crouching. Okay. So it's a hurricane kick. That's light. That's heavy. Okay. Yeah, so that was the heavy version. Okay. The heavy and medium heavy leave fairly small gaps even when blocked. Okay. What does that even mean? Oh, so it allows you to keep some distance. Yeah, it knocks the opponent back a little bit, so that's cool. Overdrive. This will bounce the opponent so you can launch them after the bounce. That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, that's great. I definitely want to do that. Oh, hell yeah. That's exactly how... That's exactly the kind of stuff I'd want to do in a Street Fighter game. Nick can't do that in the second game, definitely. If you land a counter from a heavy attack or catch your opponent off guard, yeah. That would be amazing. Let me try that. Overdrive version. But how do I do the rising kick? Well, first of all, I haven't been taught the rising kick. Yeah, I have not been taught the rising kick. So that's the problem. I might be able to combo that. Let's try that. How do I combo out of that? Can I do a spinning bird kick? Yo, mama. Okay, so I can't do a move immediately after I land. Yeah, I can't do a move immediately after I land. So how do I do the rising bird kick then? Give me a second. That one, 10 show. Yeah, because I want to link that move into some of my other special moves. Because that's like the higher level stuff. It's like you can do that after an overdrive move. Or, as you saw earlier, if the enemy's bouncing on the ground, you can just launch them with that. That's amazing. Light, medium, or quickly. Light, medium, or anti-airs. And juggle combos. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Double down. Oh, nice! A double down move. Never seen that in Street Fighter 3, or 2, or 4. Are there any double down moves like this? That's going to be mad fun. Let me try a couple of those. Okay, we'll try that again. There you go! Ha! So after the overdrive short hop, the overdrive hurricane kick. So hurricane kick, R2. Oh, sorry, hurricane L2. Okay, let me try that. No, that works. That crouching kick works on a bounce. There you go. Let me try a variant on that. Give me a second. Oh yeah! Look at that. Double tap down and press L2. Look at that. Oh, it's an overdrive version. So I can do an overdrive hurricane kick followed by an overdrive 10 show kick. Missed on that. Missed. Give me a second. Nope. I gotta practice that. Oh, she moves forward when she crouches. The crouching hard kick has her move forward. Huh, that's how you poke. Look at that! So I used 4 pips to the drive meter for that. That's probably overdoing it. So I did an overdrive 10 show after an overdrive hurricane kick. I probably shouldn't do. Nice! So that's a hard 10 show kick after a hurricane kick. That's how you do. After the overdrive hurricane, he bounces on the ground. So when he bounces, you can do. Hold on. When he bounces, you can do that on the bounce. I love that. I love everything about that. That is amazing. I'm gonna do that all day, man. This game might be pretty good if the AI holds up, of course. Invincible to all attacks. Yes, invincible. So the double tap overdrive. The overdrive rising kick is invincible. And I already did that. Alright, so we've done it. Kikosho? What's that? It's invulnerable. A drive-free... You can reverse... Yeah. So it's a drive-free reversal. Okay. If you launch your opponent with a drive combo, I add a little more damage. So it's like a juggle in Killer Instinct. When the enemy's in the air, you can hit him on the way down. Yeah, you hit him on the way down. So it's like in Killer Instinct. Okay. So it's a double fireball. I never liked double fireball moves. What are you gonna do? So yeah, it's a special attack move. It's a ultimate attack move, I guess. It's a free move though. Doesn't use any special attack energy. So it's a free move. It's just a double fireball. That's interesting. Okay. And it's and she's invincible during it. So okay. Okay. Aerial Kikosho. Direction diagonally downward. Oh! Following up in a mid-air combo. What's a Yosuko? We'll get to that. Learn some combo routes. That's cool. So during a jump, double fireball. There it is. Does it matter what the strength of the attack is? Doesn't feel like it. Yeah, like it. Can I do a 2-in-1? That would be tough. Yeah, I don't think I can mix it with a lightning kick, can I?
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's not... Yeah, would I ever do that? Well, it's like... If it's invincible, it probably works in that way. Okay, so we've already established that. That's... whatever. If it's invincible, then it would be an invincible anti-air. It would be an invincible aerial combo. Or an invincible aerial counter, I guess. Yokerson. That seems, again, it seems interesting. I'm just not... This is like prevent Dragon Punch counters or something? I obtained a title, hooray. Move forward while unleashing a series of kicks and launch your opponent into the air. The move is invincible. Okay, that's a traditional Street Fighter 3 move, actually, for Chun Li. Go through fireballs. But it's a special move, right? Apparently not. It's a free super move? Double fireball. Double fireball kick?
You've been training.
What does the up button do? Like, it doesn't matter what strength I choose, does it? That's the light version. Yeah, that was the light version. Oh, you have to do a jump cancel. Okay. Let's try the hard version. Hard kick version. So it's faster, I guess. What's the point of the jump cancel? Last hit can be immediately canceled into a jump. Okay. Fine. If you want to do that Daigo crap. If you want to do that anti-Daigo crap, I guess, where you want to try to get into the air. Something like that. Are they trying to prevent the Daigo situation here? I don't know what they're trying to do. Oh, connecting off a long reach normal. Then we can throw some jungle combos in. Oh, what was that combo at the end? She had a lightning kick at the end. Oh, she had a kick at the end of it. Okay. What's that kick at the end of it? Hard kick button? Yeah, the hard kick button at the end. Okay, let me not press the hard kick button at the end. Let me try something. So that kick at the end is supposed to happen, okay. So that's normal. It's the normal finisher for this move. So that launcher is normal. Up. Okay, I might be able to do a lightning kick after I launch him. No, I can't. I have to cancel out of it probably. Right? Let me try that. If I use the jump after the launcher, can I jump cancel? There it is, yeah. So after the launcher, you can jump cancel out of it. After the launcher, you can jump cancel, then do the aerial kicks and crap. Okay, I couldn't do the kick at the end of that. We'll try one more time. No, couldn't do it. It's possible. I'm just not going to worry about it now. It's like a character challenge. If you go to the challenge mode, it's probably a combo you can practice. All right. Soten Ranka, whatever that even is. Looks like a super move. I mean, are all these moves free? Because a lot of these moves used to be special moves, like super arts in the previous games. Knock our opponent to the air with a series of attacks and smash moves. Okay. Save for the right moment. You can cancel into it from special moves. That's cool. When you land a hit using the lightning kick, this can be a finisher. But it looks like a special move. This looks like a super art. So double hurricane kick. They got the lip sync around the voice acting too. So I wonder if they do the same thing in the Japanese version. They probably do. Because you have to completely reload the game if you want to change languages for the voice acting, so... They probably changed the lip sync as a result. Let me see. Light version. Missed. Okay, heavy version. So I missed, okay. So it's only half a screen away, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Yes, it's a super move, so whatever. Okay, so what are the fundamentals here? Like basic keep away strategies for Chun Li? Again, I said we're going to be doing a regular Chun Li. We're going to do a regular Chun Li fight a bit later. Working forward and landing a crouching medium kick. Use a swift thrust to keep your opponent at bay while holding back. Oh, really? Oh, I see what they mean, yeah. Crouching medium? Oh, you can hold back and press. Okay. That? That was accidental. Because remember, that charge for the fireball is only half a second. I would not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. It's not even a 2-in-1 either. You should keep accidentally doing that. Let's try it. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, keep accidentally doing it. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Okay, we're not going to spend a bunch of time worrying about that. Next. That seems like a cute keep away move. I make no promises. I'm just trying to figure out how this game works and what I can do. Unlikely moves and counter approach. Crouching medium punch is a good answer. What's a Yuskin kick? Toward heavy. Cool. Can I do a fireball? Can I do a aerial fireball after this?
Now you understand Kung Fu.
So crouching medium toward heavy. Crouching medium punch toward heavy.
You've been training.
Can I combo that? Probably not.
You did it.
That's not a 2-in-1. Yeah, I know what a... Oh, so that's just a counter. Okay. So crouching medium's a counter. It's part of the keep away. And the Yuskin kick is a counter in case they try to attack you low. Yeah, they attack you low. Okay. So some basic keep aways for Chun Li. Okay. Standing medium kick, Tensho kick. Standing medium? Air throws. Yeah, air throws are always fun when Chun Li does them. You have to press both attack buttons to do an aerial throw. Because in Street Fighter 2, you can just do a jumping attack and it was fine. A jumping throw in midair was always nice. Crouching punch is fine. That's a Tensho. The idea is a crouching medium keeps them at bay. Tensho kicks keep them from attacking low. Next guide. Fighting is fundamental. Standing medium lets you act first if your opponent blocks it. Except your light and medium attacks along with throws. Yeah, so this is how to keep up the pressure, I guess. If they adapt to them with the water load. What's a water lotus fist, which can't be blocked while crouching? That's an overhead attack, I guess? Yeah, it's an overhead attack. Like Ken's overhead heel kick. His heel drop kick. Yeah, Ken would do that heel drop kick in Street Fighter 2. I remember that. So down, forward, heavy.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's an overhead attack. If they try to block, you hit them over the top. A crouching heavy is just a launcher. It's not even a launcher. Can I do a load? Can I do a... Yeah, can I do that after a 2-hit?
You understand Kung Fu.
I want to see if I can do a 2-hit. Give me a second. Probably not. No. Can I do a fireball after that? See if I can do a fireball after that. What was that? What was that crouching forward attack I did? Yeah, toward and heavy. Yeah, toward and heavy punch. That's a standing heavy. Crouching medium. That's a standing heavy. It moves you forward. Okay. Back and heavy does that. Kind of a keep away move. I think it's like a stance move, I guess. In Virtual Fighter, that would be an important move. I don't know what it does in this game. Gotta do an overdrive kick after this?
You did it!
There might be a way to cancel these moves. Because if I can cancel any of those regular moves into a special move, that can give me some more opportunities for extended combos. We'll see how it goes. Advanced strategy. So there's one advanced strategy for Chun Li. What do we got? Okay, what do we got? Again, we'll probably mess around with the modern controls later. I just want to do a basic character guide for Chun Li. That got turned off this PS4. It's going to heat up the room too much. Chuck's already doing it. From there, each button will unleash one of 6 different moves. Okay. What is that? So it's like, so you're like Jen in Street Fighter Alpha 2, right? You can change up, you can switch the style up. Vanessa in Street Fighter, Virtual Fighter 4 did that too. She had 2 different stances. Akira in the Virtual Fighter had 2 different stances. Poking. This Karen does not have 2 different stances, I don't think. Actually, no, she had V triggers. We'll talk about V triggers later. In Street Fighter 5, she had V triggers, and that makes things a bit more interesting. So this fits can't be blocked below, so bring out your opponent retreats to their show. Yeah, when they turtle, it's an anti-turtle. Now he's trying to cancel out normals into the stance. Oh, that's pretty high level actually. I'm probably not gonna do that. Cancel the special moves. That's good. So you can cancel the special moves. And let's just get the charge motion for moves that require it. Really? That's amazing. Let me try that. Okay, it won't let me try that. Okay, so it won't let me try. It's just an explanation. Alright, let's actually play the game, shall we? We're going to play... Finally, kids, we're going to play a video game. We're not just going to read through tutorials. Like I said, I'm trying to make this video self-contained because a lot of the stuff is hard to explain. I have to put it in some context so that the rest of the video is going to make sense. Combo trials. Again, this is the challenge mode, basically. Which is an interesting way to learn some of the characters' moves and some of their applications. So again, if you're willing to spend an hour learning how to play a character, you can have a lot more fun with them right away. Basic combo trials. These might not matter too much. I just want to see what my options are here. Then we'll play an actual game. I do want to see what the damage is on these attacks, too. Here we go. Jumping heavy, crouching heavy. So, a jump in, 2 heavy. A jump in, double heavy combo. Crouching medium. Yep, that's a 2-in-1. Crouching medium to the fireball 100, to the fireball lightning kick. Number half a second. That didn't count, did it? That count? That didn't count? Watch example. Let's see. Hold left and press the right stick. Oh, wrong button. It's the punch button. Okay, it's a punch button, so. Alright. It's a punch button. That did it! Do I have to jump first to pull that off? Serenity Stream, for crying out loud. Oh! The command list is always nice to have. And you can switch between the modern controls and the classic controls, which is nice. So again, you can see some of the variations that modern controls give you to make it easier for you to perform the special move, because there's literally a special move button. Okay, switch button notation. Yeah, it actually shows you what the button is. The triangle button is a special move button in modern controls. Okay, that's cool. So that's a unique attack, isn't it? Yeah. Triangle. You can cancel into a special move, okay. Can I try it again? You block that. Yeah, he blocked that. I thought I could cancel out of that. There it is. That's how you cancel. Okay. Enough. Hold back. Serenity Stream. Okay, so it's a... That's the Serenity Stream? It's not a Serenity Stream. So what's the Serenity Stream? How do you do the Serenity Stream? Stupid moves. Falling Crane. That's the heel kick, I guess. Yeah, the heel kick is a Yoso kick. Okay, so it's not a Falling Crane. Wall jumps, of course. Serenity Stream is a fireball. It's a fireball. It's a hurricane punch. It's a hurricane punch. Okay. Hurricane punch into a forward strike. That forward strike? Yeah, what's the forward strike? Serenity Stream. Forward strike is an X. So fireball punch into an X, into a hurricane kick. Just a second. Fireball punch. Then you have to 2-in-1 that forward strike. This into a no, it's a light kick. It's a 2-in-1 light kick into a medium spinning bird. All right. Okay, so go into the Serenity Stream first. Then we can do all the fun stuff. So can I cancel? I can guess right. Serenity Stream lets me cancel out of stuff, I believe. Yeah, I believe it can't let me cancel out of stuff. That didn't count. That was close though. See, it's not counting it. Try that again. Let me see how that looks. That is, again, you can cancel, if you're in the Serenity Stream, I believe you can cancel from the forward strike to the medium spinning bird. So, Serenity Stream, then you do a crouching light kick into a medium spinning bird, which is incredibly convoluted. Like, You have to, the muscle memory is going to take a while to figure out on that. We'll just skip that. The muscle memory is going to take a while to figure that out. Trial list. Again, these Serenity Stream attacks are going to drive me nuts. I'll probably just do a practice mode to see what moves give me the most damage. We're going to combine all this into one huge video, I'm fairly certain. So, Serenity Stream to a Lotus Fist. That's not a Lotus Fist. Neither is that. That's a Lotus Fish. Lotus Fist. Tensho is double tap, yeah, double down. Okay, it's gonna be interesting. There it is! Look at that! That's a lot of damage, actually. Yeah, it takes a bit of practice. Okay, anyway. What's a freaking Tenku kick? Why should we stop doing that? What's a Tenku kick? R2. That's a standing heavy kick in Street Fighter Alpha 2. That's a standing heavy kick. They made it into a Serenity Stream. Can immediately be canceled into a jump on hit. That sounds amazing. Which makes sense. So, Serenity Stream. Hurricane Punch. That's how you do it. So, it's Hurricane R1 into an R2 into a jumping attack. Yeah, it's a Hurricane R1 into an R2. Hurricane R1, R2. Yeah, that's not something I'm ever gonna do. I'll see how it looks. I'm never gonna do this. Look at that was a 3-hit combo. That's too hard to pull off, honestly. You press R1 twice in midair. The timing on that's just too hard for me to pull off, I think. Yeah, like it doesn't even do that much damage. This 1600 combo damage, okay. So why would I ever do that? Does 1600 combo damage? I'm pretty sure I did a 2100. Yeah, this is way stronger, I think. Like some combos just don't seem worth it because they're too hard to pull off, and you don't do enough damage. You don't do enough damage anyway. So why even bother? Like if you're gonna do a combo you're actually gonna pull off in a real fight. You know what I mean? This is 20. Yeah, this is a much stronger combo than the other one. Beginner 5 is a much more useful and easier to pull off combo. That would never pull it off in a real fight. It'd probably just be something you can do to pile up damage, I guess. Why even bother? Yeah, can't be bothered with that. Drive impact. Again, I would probably never do that in a real fight because it's not a. So how much damage does the crouching medium do? Because that's a combo I'd actually pull off. It's a 2-in-1 basically. It's a 2-in-1 fireball kick. That seems completely doable. So it's not a lot of damage, but it's something. Yeah, 12-20. Although it's more common than any of the other moves I would do. Yeah, I would never do that in a fight. What was the Tensho kick? That one. Yeah. Can't cancel out of that. Okay, that does less damage. So the heavy Tensho kick does more damage. So how could I 2-in-1 that? Nope. Yeah, it doesn't. Wait. It's not 2-in-1. So, 2-in-1, crouching medium to a Tensho. That's cute. Of course, you do an overdrive version for a bit more damage. That's easy enough. So just crouching medium to a double. It's a you do double down R2. So it's crouching medium to a double down R2. In fact, I want to say on the first down, you can press down medium. Yeah. So it's down A, so it's down circle, so it's down circle, down R2. Yeah, so it's down circle, down R2 really quickly. Just get the muscle memory down, it'll make sense. Yeah, just a quickie. Yeah. So it's crouching medium into a heavy Tensho kick. That's easy. I can do that all day. Okay, so that's something I can do all day. So we'll not gonna worry about it. Okay, let's do a real fight. Give me a second. Let's see what the intermediate is. They get some intermediates here. I want to see what they're about. They might be strong. We'll see what happens. We'll do a real fight with Chun Li. Don't worry. We'll mix all this up into one big video, obviously. I wanted to get at least an hour and a half into this game to kind of get my feet wet. Jumping heavy into an... What's an Akai? Wish I wouldn't do that crap. Just standing, even. How much damage? This does a lot of damage, actually. It does a lot of damage. Okay, so it's back in R1. Back in R1. So you charge up a fireball after that. So it's a back heavy kick. Back heavy. So it's back heavy punch. And so you hold back to charge up a fireball. But you have to jump to get the input charged. Look at that! Got on the first try. Holla. I'm pretty good at this game. Accidentally got on the first try, too. But I would never do a standing combo like that. That's completely insane. So a 2-in-1. Yeah, 2-in-1. So you hold back. Can I do a 3-in-1 with a jumping punch? Yeah, like that. Why would I just not do that? That's way easier. You just press the R1 button 3 times. So you hold back. Oh, that was accidental. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah. So you do is you jump and you hold back. So you jump, you hold back, and you press R1 3 times. That's way easier. Why would I ever? It does exactly the same amount of damage. Yeah, so you just hold back while you're jumping. It's a basic jumping. It's a basic jump-in combo. Look at that. I can do that. See? Why even bother with those harder combos if I can just do this? Look at that. Of course, that can also help me practice some other combo trees. Okay, the rain's coming. Give me a second. I'm going to have to turn this crap off. Give me a second. I got to stop playing during this. So I got to turn off my Xbox One. So I'm probably just going to upload some videos. And then I'm going to upload some videos on my laptop. I got to charge this up. Give me a sec. I got to charge up this laptop. Look at that! That's perfectly suitable. What's a falling crane? I don't know what a falling crane is. Yeah, the rain's coming. It's gonna slam us with a bunch of rain in a bit later. So we can do this thing. That's a cross up. I'm not gonna do a. That's a cross up. I'm never gonna do a cross up. Can you slow that down? Yeah, I see the 4 triangles there pointing right. Does that mean I can slow it down? No, we're not gonna worry about that. All right, we're done. Can we just do the next one? This seems interesting. Let's see what this one does. So yeah, that just the jump-in combo. Just hold back while you're jumping. Do the hold back while you're jumping. R1 for a fierce. R1 for a jumping fierce. Hold back R1 for that palm, for that standing palm move. Then do the fireball. It's a 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1 fireball move. It's a basic Street Fighter 2 combo. I'm impressed. Was that was not it? Yeah, that was it. Followed by a swift thrust. That's a medium. There it is. Okay, so I can do that. Does it have to be a corner move? So it's toward R2, followed by toward medium, into 100 kick. But it's an overdrive. Oh, that mixed things up. Is it a reverse? No, it's a fireball R2. Yeah, fireball R2. How do I do that? No. It didn't count. Can I cancel out of that? Yeah, can I fireball out of that? Just a second. Yeah, how do I cancel that swift thrust? I have to cancel that swift thrust into a fireball kick. But it's an overdrive. That's the trick. Yeah, that's an overdrive. That's not easy to pull off. And they want circle R2, which is a extension on that I was not expecting. Okay, so it's toward L2, back. It's toward L2, toward R1. So it's toward L2, toward L1, but they have to do a fireball L2. Yeah, how do I do that? You have to cancel that swift thrust. Oh, I did it! I did it! Okay, hold on. Does that count? That might count. That didn't count. Close, though. There it is! Ha! Alright, I got it. Well, I got 3 parts of it. That does a lot of damage, by the way. Gotta practice that. Can I do a down? I can't do a down version of that. Yeah, doing the swift thrust into a fireball motion is not that easy. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, canceling that swift thrust, that forward jab into a fireball kick is not easy. Which means I'm probably never gonna do it. There it is, I got it. See, I got it. It doesn't do that much. See, that 3-hitter does 2,200 damage. See right there in the middle of the screen? This Hold on. Does 2,400 damage. Why would I ever do anything else but... That's an overdrive version. I would not do that. It's R1, R1. Don't do the overdrive version of the fireball. See, that does just as much damage. Why would I ever do this ridiculously complicated intermediate 3 combo? This is way easier to pull off. Again, I don't know. Video games be like that. Okay, we're gonna back out of this. We'll do a Chun Li brawl in just a second.